Welcome back to my writer's room, everyone. I am Matt Wallace, YouTube's resident angry writer, and thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to come hang out with me here in my lonely, angry little writerly sanctum. I always appreciate that, I really do. Me not being naked on the vlog is brought to you, as always, by our t-shirt of the day, and today I am repping old school pink and black. It's the Hard Foundation. Bret Hart, best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. I got this out of this month's Pro Wrestling Crate, which you can see me unbox over on my wrestling channel, Matt Evan Wallace, if you're into that kind of thing. If not, you can just enjoy me sporting my sexy pink and black here on the regular vlog. That's totally cool. It is January 4th, 2018. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. You've made it almost over the hump of the week. You're getting there. You're doing it inch by inch. You're slogging it out. I respect that. I encourage it. I'm right there with you doing the same thing. Let's keep on keeping on. We can make it to Friday. Better, faster, stronger than we did last week. As you can see, Shekel Pig is admiring a bust of himself on a little museum pedestal there. I drew this in tribute to the Shekel Pig bust that Natalie Metzger sent me yesterday that I unboxed on yesterday's vlog. If you missed that, go and check it out. It's an amazing thing. She took this thing that I am barely able to convey what it's supposed to be on legal paper, and she turned it into a genuine work of art, and it was amazing, and I still can't believe it's a thing. It's over on my desk right now, but yeah. So that is in tribute to Metz and the art that she made out of Shekel Pig. So very quickly, I wanted to say, let you all know that the first episode of the year of the Ditch Diggers podcast went live a few days ago. Mur Lafferty and I, we've been doing it. This is our third year, bringing it back in 2018. And we're changing it up this year. We've gone weekly. We are recording an episode every week of our podcast about the business of writing and the industries driven by writing. I've mentioned it on the vlog before. It's a thing I do that I'm very proud of, that I think is very worthwhile. There's not nearly enough business education for freelance writers out there. There needs to be more education and more advocacy. So every week, Mur Lafferty and I, who are, we both have had multiple decades of experience in all of these various writing-driven industries, we come together to try to do that, to try to educate and advocate for freelance writers out there. And we're going strong in 2018. We're hoping to be back up in the Hugo Awards again this year. That's something that we want to kind of clinch just to complete the trilogy of our story with the Hugo Awards, which I talked about on the podcast. But go check it out if you haven't, if it's a subject that interests you. Even if it isn't a subject that interests you, just if you're in any kind of business, I think a lot of the lessons apply. And I think Mur and I are reasonably entertaining when we do it. So yeah, Ditch Diggers back strong in 2018. First episode is live. We have gone to a weekly schedule, and we will be continuing that all through the year. If you haven't, I hope you'll check it out. The link to the podcast is always in the description beneath the vlogs that I do. Spread the word, man. If you have a writer in your life, or someone who is aspiring to become a writer, this is important stuff. I'm proud of the job that we do, and I think it's a worthwhile thing. So go check that out. Continue to support us in our third year of doing the podcast. So yesterday was tough, man. By the end of the day, I was feeling really fried and even a little discouraged. These last few weeks, the first few weeks of the year here since I started the new job, I've been struggling to figure out my new schedule and where everything fits. That includes shooting and posting this vlog every day. That includes the podcast I do every week. That includes the finishing the book that I'm way behind on. That includes all the books that I've got out, all of my author stuff, all of my screenwriting stuff, all of the TV stuff that I'm trying to accomplish. Fitting all of that in, it's very difficult. And as my brilliant wife, Nikki, predicted, much harder than I thought it would be going into this. I'm grateful for this job. I'm loving doing the job, but it's essentially adding a full-time job on top of a full-time job. And many of you out there will know what I'm talking about if you're working authors and working writers who also have full-time gigs. It's a new experience for me. So yeah, so end of yesterday, I made dinner, and it was a disappointing dinner. I love to cook. It's a huge thing with me. And I made these chicken paillards from a recipe that I'd found that I was excited about. And they came out fine, but they didn't have enough flavor in them. I kind of under-seasoned them. So we're sitting there at dinner, and I'm disappointed with my chicken. And Nikki's looking at me, and she can just tell I'm having a shit time. And she did what all, great significant others do. She talked me down and she talked me through it. And we sat there long after the chicken that I didn't finish eating went cold, and she finished it for me because she really liked it and said I was being too critical. And we just talked through how I was feeling and where I was at and what needed to happen to get into the next phase and gel and incorporate everything I'm doing now and figure out my schedule. I felt a lot better. And then she was like, you know what, we should go for a walk, which we've been meaning to do more lately. We're trying to exercise more. We're doing the Weight Watchers thing. We're trying to really work on our weight. But it's so hard to find time for this stuff that it doesn't occur to you. By the end of the day, after dinner, you're so fried. I just want to go crash, man. Really, I relish and I look forward to being in my bed at night lately. With Nikki there beside me, it's like my favorite place in the universe. It's been kind of cold lately, and the furnace in the new house we bought is ancient, and we're afraid to turn it on because we're afraid it'll explode. So we've just been kind of riding out the cold. And I live in Southern California, so I'm not complaining about the weather. I would never do that. I lived on the East Coast. I lived in New York during blizzards. I lived in the South during the winter. I would never do that to my East Coast people in Southern California, complain about the weather. But it has been abnormally cold lately because, global warming. But, so I look forward to being wrapped up in the covers tonight with my wife. We call it the Rito, which is short for burrito, which was a joke that started years ago that's gotten condensed, as anybody who's had a long-term relationship will know jokes do. So I look forward to that at night. But last night, Nick was like, the air was really nice. It's not too cold outside. Let's go for a walk and kind of clear our heads. So we did that. Got our walking shoes on, walked all around our still relatively new to us neighborhood, it's a great neighborhood filled with great people. It's very communal. Everybody was out late walking their dogs. We got to see some awesome dogs, which is always a good thing. Seeing dogs is like therapy you don't have to pay for. Just seeing dogs, let alone, and I can't interact with dogs. I'm horribly allergic. So my wife is obviously all over that. My wife's most common phrase when we are out is, "Can I pet your dog?" Because if she sees a dog, she will go play with it. So I watch her play with strange dogs, and that's my vicarious therapy. But yeah, we're out in our neighborhood, which is really nice. We're very privileged and very fortunate to live in a very nice, safe neighborhood filled with awesome communal people. We walked around. I'm breathing the air and really enjoying it. It was nice and crisp. And it sounds so simple, but it hit me so hard how little time we take for those simple things, like literally breathing air. I couldn't remember the last time I'd gone outside and just enjoyed breathing fresh air. I'm so used to being in this office every day. Even working at home. This is where I work. In this space where I shoot my vlog, and my desk is over there, and I spend my time in this office. And then when I'm out of this office, I'm taking care of the house and cooking dinner, or I'm in my cherished Rito in bed, and that's where I spend the majority of my time. And even when we do go out, we're going somewhere to do something. We're programmed. So I'm not just walking and thinking about how nice the air is. Who the hell gets to do that, right? So that happened last night, and it was just so good. It was so good to take a few minutes out of life and just be. Not be going anywhere, not having anything to do, not thinking about what happened that day or what's going to have to happen tomorrow or all the work I have to do or how I'm going to fit it in and my career and my future and my marriage and our house and the old furnace that we're afraid to turn on because it's going to explode. None of that existed. I was holding my wife's hand and breathing the air and really enjoying that and just existing. And it reminds you what life is supposed to be, We fill it with all these tasks, man. We fill it with all these things, and we have to do that to a certain extent. To a large extent for a lot of us. A lot of us have to work very hard just to get by. And there's, and you have to do what you have to do, but it obfuscates you know, what our existence on this planet really is, and how short a time we have to appreciate it, and really the appreciating part. And that's what I got to do last night. I got to just walk through my neighborhood and breathe the air and appreciate existing on this, you know, thoroughly chaotic, accidental ball of weird-ass life that is Earth. And it was a nice thing to do, and it helped. It helped. It, like, healed me. And, you know, I've been physically, like, I've had a really, my wife was sick last week, and then I got cold. I'm all crudded up. I've been hocking up ugly stuff every morning, which hasn't helped my disposition. And, like, healed my body and my soul and my mind all at the same time. It was an amazing thing and a simple thing. And it was right outside my door, and it didn't cost money. And it took 15 minutes. And it was really cool. So I just wanted to share that with y'all and encourage you all to do that. You know, everybody can do that. Everybody can find 10 or 15 minutes to just breathe the air. And hopefully you're somewhere where the air is nice. And if you're not, I'm sorry, man. I really am. You know, I hope you can go find air that's nicer. But everybody can take the time to just be for a minute. And you have to do that. You really have to do that. We don't realize the strain just everyday life puts on us, and it does. It really does. Because of the meaning and the value we attach to all that stuff. We do create that to a certain extent. There are external forces we can't control, and then there's internal stuff that we absolutely can't control if we take a minute to do that, and that's part of it. So I encourage you all to do that. It really helped. It was a really nice moment. I'm grateful to my wife for that moment, and for her composure and her calm and just kind of understanding me and what I need. It's what a good partner does, and she's an amazing partner, and I was really grateful. So that was my night, and it was really cool. And I think tonight, if you can, take some time like that for yourself. Hopefully you can do it with somebody that you care about. Even if that somebody is a dog, because again, dogs are what's good in life. We don't deserve dogs. We really don't. It's an amazing, dogs are a miracle. Like, if you were going to ask me, Matt, do you believe in miracles? I'd say I don't believe in miracles, but I believe in dogs. So that's going to be it for today. Sorry if I got a little long and ponderous there, but it's that was my truth, and I was speaking it, and I hope you take something from it. Yeah, what's going on? You know what? I have nothing to plug. We're just going to end it for today, for Hump Day. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video, what you think of the vlog. Ask me a question. Suggest a topic for me to talk about. Whatever you want. I'm just happy to hear from you. In the meantime, please like, share, subscribe. Let somebody know what we're doing here. I think we're having a good time. I think we're talking about valid things. I think we're healing, and it's important. Until tomorrow, I am Matt Wallace. And I'll see you then.